Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, everybody. Today, we discuss about the problem experienced by each division. By each division. Okay. First, I'm gonna ask Vice Rector 3. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector.
Okay, I have a question for Vice Rector 3. How is the progress and problem faced by Vice Rector 3? Please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector. What has been done this month is the first to distribute UKT assistant through the head of student affairs to students who need assistance, then to support student activities in the form of finance and administration, and to give appreciation to students who excel. The difficulty he faced is only one regarding UKT assistance. How the distribution of UKT assistance can be right on target to students who really need it. To solve this difficult, strict selection is carried out, such as students being referred to attach a letter of insufficiency from their village. Maybe enough. Thank you, Mr. Rector.
Thank you, Vice Rector 3. And then I have a question for Dean of Language Faculty, Mr. Assydqi. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector. And maybe the problem is about we're going to face about pengabdian pada masyarakat, which is the location that will be used as the place for pengabdian masyarakat implementation to receive less attention from the public because of their distrust of this activity. If you are looking for another location, it will take longer than the date specified. My solution is to socialize the community about this activity to make them understand this activity will give them the student the experience and also will help them to help their problems. Maybe that's enough for me. Thank you, Mr. Rector.
Thank you, Mr. Assydqi of Dean of Language Faculty. And the next, I have a question for Dean of Faculty of Mathematics and Science Education, Mr. Iqbal Fahlevi. Can you speak up, please?
All right, sir. Thank you, Prof. So the problem faced in my faculty that we faced for more or less in a few months at the Faculty of Math and Science is that we are need more lecturers, young lecturers, especially those who bring innovation in learning. And the other hand, the second problem is that there were fewer students year by year who register to my faculty. Maybe we need any other promotion, maybe a good banner or a good video or infographic. And for the last things is about facilities, like in the room of faculty, some fingerprints, some computer cannot be accessed, or it can be said that it was all broke. And some chairs in classroom that are damaged and not send it back after being borrowed by other students in cross-study program. Maybe that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbal Fahlevi of Dean of Faculty of Mathematics and Science Education. And the next, I have a question for Mr. Irsal Maulana, Head of Financial Administration Bureau. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector Iwa. So as the head of the Academic and Student Administration Bureau, have carried out the preparation of annual work plans and budgets, manage the activities of new student admissions, and help set policies, coordinate, monitor, and evaluate the implementation of program activities. Improvement and quality assurance within the university, and the last is compiling operational guidelines and technical guidelines for academic and student administration. Okay, maybe enough from Head of Academic and Student Administration Bureau. Thank you, Mr. Iwa.
Thank you, Mr. Irsal from Head of Financial Administration Bureau. Thank you for the solution. And next, I have a question for Head of Student Affairs, Mr. Yufi Safwan Fajar. Can you speak up, please?
Yes, Mr. Okay. Let me continue what Mr. Rizkhan said as Sector 3. In our progress in student affairs, we have to progress. The first is about
Hello, Mr. Yufi.
okay. I'm sorry, Mr. In our place is unsuitable signal. I'm sorry. Okay, I would like to continue what Mr. Rizkhan said from Warek 3. In student affairs, we have two program and policies or progress. The first is about scholarship. We got 3 scholarship. The first is UKT. We have 2004 UKT from Mendikbudristek. The second, we have by Provinsi Jawa Barat. And the third, we have scholarship by Pemkot. So, alhamdulillah, in our progress to data student in our faculty, we didn't have data, so alhamdulillah we can get it. And second, progress, especially in student activity or Mawakib Siliwangi, alhamdulillah we have record by Mawakib Putih. We get more trophy and more medals from Merpati Putih and Siliwangi Choir. And about the association, they can pass a event and they got the champion about UDC, debat, and KDMI. Maybe enough from student affairs. Thank you, Mr. Rector.
Thank you, Mr. Yufi. Maybe your connection is unstable, and I understand each word. Thank you very much. So the next is Mr. Andi Angga Head of Finance. Can you speak up, please, Mr. Andi?
Masya Allah, terima kasih. Thank you, Mr. Iwa, for your time. And what is general problem with the finance is payment exactly, because what there is not data or information valid for student for payment like semester and payment for UAS and anything else. So that is the big problem. Is so what is the solution? We have to give the information every month or weeks to the captain class, maybe for the forward information to all of the students. Just it, Mr. Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Andi.
With my pleasure.
Thank
So,
you. Okay, I have a question, the same question for Mr. Tholibar Rifki, Head of Academic Section. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector One, Iwa Satyas. In the academic selection career, are the text caring of service and evaluation of education. Di sini mungkin ya banyak tugas-tugas pokoknya, yaitu carry out teaching administration, evaluation administration, and academic development. Terus, and prepare operational plans for the academic selection, coordinate the preparation of standarisasi teaching materialnya, dan di sini prepare operational plan of the academic selection juga, dan di sini ada solving academic problem for studies, yaitu mungkin banyak ya konflik-konflik batin dengan dosen salah satu mahasiswa, ya pasti adalah gitu kan, banyak. So that you don't experience-nya mungkin I can started to give encouragement and building good communication with all lecturer and student. In addition, student must also be able to positive themselves, seperti ya lebih harus menempatkan diri lah yang baik gitu. Begitu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rebe, Head of Academic Section. Okay, for the last one, I have a same question for Mr. Nuryadi, Head of Facilities and Infrastructure. Can you speak up, please, Mr. Nuryadi?
Yes, sir. As the head of facilities and infrastructure, my role is to develop an ongoing renewal plan of campus facility as well as residence infrastructure through an integrated program of campus capital planning and implementation for new construction, maintenance, renovation, alteration, and facility renewal project. I am also responsible for overseeing the university security program, which provide the protection of personnel and property, which is the problem that I will discuss about the thief in our parking area. Several cases has been reported by some students about the thief of motorcycle helmet, which is very disturbing and inappropriate to happen on our campus. This happened because of the lack of security personnel, who I will recommend to increase the number of security personnel from 2 people to 4 people. Maybe that's my problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nuryadi, Head of Facilities and Infrastructure. And I forgot about Vice Rector 1. Can you speak up, please, Mr. Dwi Yogan? Tell me about your problems and solution, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rector. Okay, thanks for your time. First, I will focus on the progress of the education implementation process to build a valid, measurable, and sustainable education planning program, complete, valid, accountable, and up to date, supporting that our need. Evaluation of the education implementation process, namely the product produced by the educational process in the form of graduate who have the ability to carry out their roles for the future and influence students to be able to adapt as best they can to their environment, and thus will cause change in themselves that allow them
to function in community life. Then to improve academic quality in this rapid development, Higher Education Institute must be to change in the form of using right technology. Information technology currently has a very important role in the development of your university. With a good technology, the better quality of campus. Make it easy for campus leader to using an integrated system will help manage campus data well too. And here are some of the benefit of information technology system, including make it easy for campus leader to control lecture, student, employee, and related stakeholder. And then minimizing human error and increasing efficiency of related parties. And next, minimize campus expense and disseminate information quickly, and many other advantages. And lastly, I'm discussing the preparation of the student reasoning power development program with the Vice Rector 3. And that's enough from me. Mr. Rector, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dwi Yogan, Vice Rector 1. For the meeting, it's good enough. Thank you for your opinion about the problem faced by each division. The solutions provided are very helpful. I hope you guys can carry out the activities very well and smoothly. Maybe it's enough. Okay, maybe it's enough. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.